Greetings! In this video I'm going to run you through the process of setting up your database on your local computer to run with PHP. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, the very first thing I want to do is this. Just open up a web browser window. And then navigate to localhost /PHP myadmin, all one word. What you'll see right now is the main page for PHP myadmin. But down at the bottom, you're going to see that red error message here that says that you're basically that you don't have a password set up for the MySQL server that we need to use, and that's a problem because the scripts that we're going to create require a password to be set. Plus, it's a big security issue. If this was a production machine actually out in the real world, it just wouldn't be acceptable. The thing needs to be secured with some sort of a password. So what we're going to do is we're going to shore up the security on here first. Here's how you do this. Let's go ahead and scroll back up to the top. Click on Users. Then click on where it says root localhost here, or depending on your machine, on Windows 8 it seems to say instead of host of localhost it says 127.0.0.1. Either of those values are fine. You're either looking for localhost or again 127.0.0.1. Then click on Edit Privileges on this certain field here, okay, on this account. Scroll down. I have to scroll to the left too. This is okay. There we go. Alright, where it says change password, we want to click on the little button here that says password, radio button, and then type in the password of password, all lowercase, and then retype the password. Scroll all the way to the bottom. You may have to, my monitor's on a pretty low setting, my screen is, so it makes it easier for you to view this, so you might not have to do all the scrolling that I'm doing, but if you do, just scroll down to the bottom where it says Go. It's on the lower right hand side, and click Go. Okay. You should get an error or a success message that says that your SQL query has been executed successfully. Okay. And then I want you to go ahead and click on your refresh button to reload the page. And what you should see, let's go back here. Edit privileges. That's weird. Alright, let's try this one more time. I'm going to set my password, and I'm going to click Go. Okay. I must have clicked Go on the wrong field. So when you go to set your password, let me go back and edit privileges. I don't think I can, yeah, because I changed the password. Anyways, when you're in editing the privileges, so just to the right of where you put the password and confirm it, there's a little button that says Go. That's the one that you need to make sure to push. I thought I did, but it looks like I accidentally pushed the Go button in the field underneath. So just be careful of that when you're doing these steps. Okay. Now, if you go ahead and click your reload button after you've set your password, excuse me, you should see an error message that says it cannot connect, invalid settings. Okay. This is what we want to see. This is good because we're going to actually go in and change the configuration file. The next thing that you want to do is go ahead and launch Windows Explorer. And then once you go to the C drive, the XAMPP directory, the PHP myadmin directory, and then you're going to see a file called config.inc. Now, depending on how you want to launch this, you can open it with any browser, any editor of your choice. If you have Notepad Plus installed, you can use that. Or if you simply right-click on the file, you can just click Edit, depending on what you have installed, and that'll pop up Notepad. Okay. Here's what we're looking for. we're looking for the setting called control pass. It's basically right in the middle of the file. Right now our default setting is control pass equals and then nothing, basically, because there's no password set. We need to change this. Where it says control pass between the open quote and the close quote here, just change this to password. So delete where it says control pass and type in password. And then right after the equal sign in the next open quote here, just to the right of where we have our setting for password, type in password. And both of those should be lowercase. They are case sensitive, so make sure it's all lowercase. Go ahead and save the file, but don't exit yet. Just save the file and then go back to your web browser and hit your reload button. Okay, phpMyAdmin should reload. If it doesn't, that means that you have a typo somewhere in your config file in the settings that we just changed. So I'm going to go ahead and, for about the next 10 seconds or so, I'm going to highlight the code that needs to be changed, and I'll just kind of sit here and you can see the change. Okay, so that's the change that you need to make. Initially it says control pass equals and then nothing. Here you're changing control pass to password, and then you're making sure that that equals password. Has to be in lowercase to work. Okay. Again, once you're done, go check by reloading phpMyAdmin. Just hit the reload tab on your browser, the reload button, sorry, on your browser, and that should bring it up. Okay. If that doesn't work, you have a typo that you need to fix. Once you've verified that it does work, you can just go ahead and exit out of the file. Alright. The next thing we need to do is we need to go and set up a new user and a new database. And what's really nice is with this new version of phpMyAdmin, we can actually do that all in one process here. So go ahead and click on users, and then click a button that says add user. Alright, so the username here is called QuickBlog, all one word. The host is local, and that'll automatically populate where it says localhost here. The password is password, all lowercase. Now, the thing here is with using our passwords and setting them as password, we're just doing that in this test environment or development environment. If this was a real-world application, we would definitely have a very secure password. Just figured I'd throw that out there. Go ahead and retype your password. Again, the password is password. It's all lowercase. Now, what you want to do is make sure here where it says database for user that you set, you hit the radio button that says create database with same name and grant all privileges. So go ahead and do that, and then finally click the button at the very bottom that says add user. Okay, you should get a message back that states that you've added a new user. Okay. You'll also know this because what you'll see is a new database over here to the left that says QuickBlog. That's what will show up if you've indeed created a user. Okay. Another thing you'll see too up towards the top is SQL output that or your SQL query that says to create the database if it doesn't exist, and then grant all privileges. So looks like it's successful here. Alright, let's go ahead and click on data. The next thing I need to do is put the table in the database, create a table that we're going to use to create our blog entries. So go ahead and click on databases up here at the top. I'm going to create a new database, and I'm going to call it, a new table. So I'm going to click on the QuickBlog database here, and then I'm going to create a new table, and I'm going to call it entries. ENTRIES. It has 4 columns. Then click go. Alright, Now, I need to set up some fields in this database, or this table. Um, there are 4 fields. The first one is called entry ID. Its type is an integer, so just leave that alone. Its attribute is unsigned. Its index is primary, and it auto increments, so select where it says AI and check that. The next field is called email, and what this does is this just takes your email address when you enter a blog entry. Its type is a varchar. Its length is 100, and its index is index. The third one is called entry. Its type is text. And then the last one is called date underscore entered. Don't forget the underscore. If you have a space in here, it will not work. It must be an underscore. The type is date time, and you'll have to scroll down quite a bit to get there. Okay, date time, all one word. Very important. When you're done, click the Save button. Okay. So basically that's pretty much it for your database configuration. Let's go ahead and click on the entries table here to the left, and you should see the name of the fields in the table and the attributes, and they should match what I told you earlier. There's also in the learning resources section written instructions on how to do this too, including screenshots. So I would probably, before you actually step through the entire process, I would watch this video, and then I would read the document as well. And if you get stuck or need help with anything, just let me know, and I'll get right back with you. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.